So today, we'll have to get this mast up. My goal is to get a piece of rub rail on this side over here. Just goes down this side over here. I know that's going to be super bright white out in the sun. I may name this boat Headache, who knows. And I need to get a number on it so they can keep up with them during the fall event. It's not perfect, wasn't. To get it perfect would have put it completely out of commission. It would have taken too long. So I found a screw here that was popped loose, so I'm gonna have to try to get some epoxy in that, let it set up, then put the screw back in. And you can see I just taped up the top of the line here. All this old stains that didn't get gel coat on it. This is what's called a coverall. You just get some color and cover it all. It's kind of like an overhaul for a used car dealership. Nothing that I would want to go out if it was something I were doing for a customer, but these are just school boats and they're not going to always be perfect. Our next thing is getting the dock prepared. Guess I need to start wearing my reading glasses when I do these videos. Getting my whiteboard ready here. So we've got the repairs that we're going to be doing on the boat. Hope I'm spelling that right, Burgundy. Alright, so this is done. This is done. I'm going to put a list on the board over here of everything that needs to be done to it. And then as I get done, I'll mark them off and then we'll move on. And this will go into my ledger book and keep up with it. So, I've got the gel coat, white top. I didn't even add any blender to that. I usually put something in it to make it not stark white. Just went with it. So we've got the gel coat done, got that on there. So we're at the mast on this thing. Needs some pins. Needs a halyard, so we need a halyard for the foresail. We've got that, it's already on. Got the pins in hand, halyard for the foresail, mast, we need to step it. That's all we need to do on that. We'll need to put the boom back on. I need a tire on that trailer, but that's not part of the boat. I'm gonna take one off of another trailer and just put it on there to get it moving around. Got a tire that won't hold air. Bloody pirate come out in me there, didn't it? All right, so the boat number is 1831. Oh yeah, we need to figure out if we're going to put this number on the exterior of the hull, or we have a question to ask the director about the boat numbers. So let's not do that. Let's do number. Let's just write the word number. Don't need to know how much it weighs. Somebody might think that means weight. Okay, we've knocked it down. We've got to clean it out. So clean the cockpit out. It's full of leaves. Put it in line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 through 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 simple items, and we've already got 2 of them done. Actually, we've got 3 of them done. We're almost a third of the way there. Ooh, that was shaky. I almost tripped on this stuff. All right, guys, let's keep going. So I think putting the date on there of actually when we started on that. This was done before Christmas, actually, where we fixed the fiberglass. Then we had to switch boats around and put the other boat in here in front of it. So we were down to the last 10 steps of getting this boat back ready. It could be used as soon as this is done. So on the days that I think I'm going to complete it, I'll go ahead and put the month in a circle and the year here. So if you guys are looking back on it, you'll know how old this is. Not just by a year old or 2 years old or 3 years old. You can see what it is. All right, guys, let's get out here and get started. So for safety, I've put a jack stand under the trailer, and it's on the buckboard right there under the boat. So it's up and under that trailer so the trailer can't tilt. The trailer is hooked to the tractor and leveled up. Got a ladder set up here for stepping in and out safely. Make sure it's fully open. I've got my lines ready to go to the chain plate. My steel cable's ready to go to the chain plate. And I got my pins. I'm going to replace these little clips that are on here because they wear out. So I'm putting new clips on these and making sure that they are in the center of the wire and not halfway unraveled, because I do not want anyone getting hurt here. So see there, I've got it between the two now, and it was up in between on the metal. That's not good for it. And this one here is stretched out pretty bad. I don't like those. That'll come out and be replaced. Don't know what it got hooked on. Could have got hung on the halyard, could have got hung on anything. But we're going to set up and just hope boredom don't overtake you. I'm just going to start propping it up. And as always, I'm not using any music because when I did before, it was legitimate, and then they changed their policy and flagged that video that I had a lot of views on, so I had to lose it. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me keep the channel going. We're getting close to getting 1,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit that 1,000 subscribers. If you guys will help me out, let's hit that like and subscribe button and leave comments. That keeps YouTube from kicking your videos out of circulation. All right, here we go. And right before I stand the mast up, what I'm going to do is come over here and pause the camera, and I'm going to move it back to where I think you can see me raise the entire mast. If you're not casting this to your smart TV, go ahead, cast it to your smart TV so you can actually get a view of what we're doing. There's a little trick I'm going to show you here. It's a back saver. You probably already know it if you've been sailing more than a dozen times and had to step and lower a mast. And that's why I like being over here at Lake Norman Community Sailing Center, is the fact that I don't have to step a mast if I want to go sailing. They're already at the dock. They're already ready to go. Come on over and join us. Tell them Phil from Pop's Old Boats on YouTube told you to come over. think what I'll do is move you over here where you can actually see what I'm doing here. Get these stays up. You got this little piece here. See, am I even in camera there? I can't see the camera out here in the bright sun. Yeah, you can see it. So this little pin will pass through. And we'll put this retaining wire in it. I need to close this gap up a little bit. It's spread. I actually need a third hand here. Now don't pinch down on these so tight that you scar the stainless. You just want to hold it together. Trying to open this thing up so it'll go together. Just like putting your keys on a key ring. These little ring dings there. Now that's safe and not going to fall on anybody's head. Got one down on the starboard side as well. It's so thin it's hard to get out. And as you heard, it just came out. And if you have an easier way to do this, by all means, please share it in the comments below. It won't only help me, it'll help everybody that views the channel. And if you comment, be sure you've subscribed, because I subscribe to everybody that subscribes to me to help you grow your channel too. And if you got a question about a boat, please, it don't matter how bad of a video it is. I'm not the greatest videographer in the parking lot. I'm just the only videographer here in the parking lot. So wait, would that make me the best? I'm the best, hey! Till a teenager walks through the neighborhood. All right, we'll get this bucket back to the front of the vessel, because I'll need it once I get the mast up. So we have complete the attachment to the top of the mast. We're going to jump in here and secure it to the chain plate. We wrap plastic tape, or electrical tape rather, around the shackles. This keeps the pin from falling out, keeps it from tearing your clothing. There's several benefits to this. Let's close that blade so I don't dull it to crap. So we can effectively set this, and there's not going to have to be any more tuning. It will, these cables do stretch over time, but as long as we put them back together the same way, it'll be all right. because like I said, these aren't in a sanctioned regatta. These are only sailing school vessels. We do a little practice regatta here for social sail sometimes. I'm not sure if we're going to continue to do it, or if we're just going to start doing some leisure sail deals. I don't know what they're going to turn it into, but that's attached and that'll handle. I'll tape it up once it's up, not while it's down, because of all the movement. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, still back here on the port side. I want to show you one thing. I did this. I won't say it's wrong, but the way the director here likes it is for this clamp to be inside of this bracket this way instead of on it and off it the way I was. I think the reason is I'm seeing it keeps more tension under the pin so that the pin does not have the ability to work itself loose, maybe. So we've got that for him. Make everything the same, make everybody happy. Okay, ready to adjust the mast and start stepping it. I just had to come back and look and make sure it's recording. Would hate to waste this. It was at this point that one of the cables was getting hung on the overhanging lip on the boat. It had slipped out of my hand. That's when you realize you really need somebody or an extra hand. So I took the cleaning brush and swept the stainless steel cable out from under the lip, which is the clam of the vessel, and things started to work a little better for me. Now as I lift, I'm pulling down on the halyard for the jib sail. Well, whatever foresail I would have on here, but it's supposed to be our jib sail halyard. And what that does is I wrap it around the cleat, and that gives me leverage to help stand the mast. And I'll simply cleat it. I'll pull it fairly tight and I'll cleat it. Now, because it's attached at the chain plates, it won't go forward, toppling forward, or port side or anything. There we go. I did it. Standing on its own. Yeah, thank you for not falling on my head. Now basically all I have to do is connect the forward stay, and this will be good to put back in line. Well, I still have to do that little piece of rub rail that I didn't write on the whiteboard. Yeah, somebody remind me to write that on the whiteboard. The next trick I do is I actually hang a wrench on that forward stay, and I put the wrench in the bucket, and what that does is keeps that forward stay from swinging away from me and going all the way back to the base of the step at the mast, so that I can have it readily at hand whenever I get everything tensioned up to adjust the tension of the cables. Always make sure to keep that turnbuckle from twisting the forestay whenever you're tightening up that turnbuckle. And the way I do that is put a wrench in up top, and then I put the little screwdriver here and turn it. Just a wrench to kind of put it in the bind so you can hold it and you can tighten it up. And you're going to want this pretty tight. There's a method for setting these tensions so that you get the proper rake on the mast, and I'll actually look that up. We've been going a 16-inch measurement of swing, and it just seemed to work. The boats were all fairly competitive with each other, and I've got a lot of tension on this right now, and I can actually pull that now by wrapping it around the cleat on the mast. That'll give me more forward tension, and I can tighten it down even further. I'm not going to go to the length of getting this one perfect today. It's going to set in mothballs for a little while. This is February 2025, which is 69 degrees out here today. In a couple hours it'll be 69. It's probably 50 couple something now. And you know, in the other video I showed you the sidewalk had ice all over it, and that was 2 weeks ago. Don't want to go too far. Starting to feel close enough. I know it'll hold it in place now. Everything looks good and tight. Good and tight. So I'm going to hook this on the eye on the mast and recleat the mast and check raise the boom off. Did you guys like that? Was that worth watching? Yeah. If I don't see at least 2 comments, I'll just go ahead and take it down. Means nobody wanted to watch it to this point. Yeah, crawl back up there and put that in the eye like I promised. Just seeing all this mud up here, just kind of maybe we want to tend to it before. I don't know if you can hear me or not. With the generator over at the bass fishing tournament running next to me and jets flying over every couple seconds. About all the video today. Thanks for viewing. Like, subscribe, and share. To go over everything in conclusion, we've got the hull damage number 1 and 2. That's done. Gel coat 3 through 6. Step in the mast. We've got the boom on. So the only thing we got to do is get in touch with the director and see if he wants me to number this one as 1831 or put that number 4 back on it. Then clean out the cockpit and put it back in line. That's about all this old fat man's back can handle for the day. I'm gonna go home and put on a 10s unit.